Now, I wanted to react to the story because I saw it come out over the weekend, and I watched what a lot of the pundits had to say on YouTube. And although those gentlemen, all of them are fantastically intelligent, I think they missed something here. I think it's very important that we slow down and take a step back. This here is a little bit more nefarious than I believe that anyone is prepared to deal with. And when I mean nefarious, I mean genius level nefariousness. Because, for example, let's just hypothetically say that there's 3 different angles that this could come from. The first angle could be that the Kamala Harris campaign actually printed these posters and put them inside of there without the approval of the Philadelphia Eagles, which would open them up to lawsuits and all types of liability. So I don't see a campaign doing that unless there was a conversation with someone in the marketing department high up at the campaign, maybe a woke person who said, yeah, we're down with it, and they didn't get all the approvals they needed to get. I can see that happening, especially coming on the tail end of the Black Lives Matter with all the people's names on the back of the helmets and the revenue losses that teams like the Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs, all those organizations lost revenue. They came out of that and they went to the Bud Light scandal. Do you recall the Bud Light scandal with Dylan Mulvaney? Remember that? And then they lost even more revenue because of Dylan Mulvaney. And so I personally don't see a National Football League team being stupid enough to really jump into politics this way. So angle number 1 is maybe, just maybe, there was a woke person inside of their corporation, which people will call DEI hires, that said, hey, I like Kamala. We're going to print some of these up. We're going to get them out in the streets. And Kamala, we're going to work with you. Kamala campaign was like, yeah, awesome. We're going to do it. So we see them come out and they refute it via social media. We are not officially the team of Kamala Harris, blah, blah, blah. We don't endorse Kamala Harris. That's one angle. The second angle is, and we're going to get to the third nefarious angle. The second angle is a little bit more nefarious. Kamala Harris team just said, okay, we got a commitment from them, a verbal. Let's print them up and let's get them put out there. Now, mind you, this is inside of a machine where somebody has to open it up. You have to put it in there officially. You had to print it out and slide it in there. I don't think this is a digital thing. It's kind of hard to tell, but if it's digital, it makes it even worse. Because if it's digital, then somebody had to program it and put it in there. But let's assume they had to put a paper poster in there. Like it's just a large flyer. So somebody had to have access to it, know how to open it, put it in there from that campaign. And then finally, the more nefarious one, which is what I think is going on, is, you see, when you have opposition research people out there and guys who do dirty work, they know how to hit specific pinpoint targets that shift the narrative in the news. So I can see somebody going out there over the weekend, in the middle of the night, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, having the tools, pop that open, put the Kamala thing in there, close it back, go to another couple of places, maybe 1 or 2. You don't need a lot. Go to another couple. Really, you only need this one. Really, truthfully, you only need one. Pop it in there, close it, come back, start the narrative over the next day, and then cause all this chaos for probably $340. And it will cause such a headache for the Kamala campaign, or for the Harris campaign, that it's ridiculous. Because now you have to have the Philadelphia Eagles come out and disavow her. And it causes all this contention and confusion and strife and what happened, what's going on. And it's something else that needs to be buried in the news. I could see somebody taking it upon themselves, like an outside funded organization of people who, they get their hands dirty in politics, saying, hey, I don't like her numbers in Philly. Let's cause a controversy in Philly. Let's go do this. And have people be like, man, I'm not voting for her. We ain't voting for this broad, blah, 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 blah. Because it doesn't stand to benefit her with this ad being there. Philly, we're talking about Philly. You know what I'm saying? Now, the Philadelphia Eagles are a football team from the city, Philadelphia, but a lot of them fans come from outside Philly. A lot of them people outside Philly ain't no damn Democrats at all. So it stands to hurt her more than it helps her. In fact, if I was the one that was consulting her, I would say, hey, if this was the move they wanted to make, I say, don't you dare do that. Don't you dare do it. You'll do better just going to a football game and sitting at the game and then letting people see your face than doing this. Because you stand to get the photo ops of somebody scribbling on it, putting a mustache on it, putting a giant penis on it, all kinds of stuff. Just that photo op in the environment of social media can just go viral and make you look stupid. I would say, look, Kamala, listen to me, shorty. I know you ain't that smart. I know that's why they got Tim Waltz up here with you. I'd have said, but as the ambassador advises that you find a football team that has the highest number of Democratic fans, and you go to that game. Yes, ma'am. You go to that game and you go sit in the box and you wave and you look presidential. That's what you do. And then the Harris campaign might have said, well, we don't feel safe going there because there's not really many football fans who don't like us. Well, then, Kamala, don't do nothing with football. Don't do a damn thing with football. Try soccer. Try baseball. None of the sports leagues like us. Then you know what? Go sit down in the corner, Kamala. Because if nobody like you, ain't nothing I can do for you. We got to find somebody who like you. Go to an abortion center. Go campaign outside the abortion center. They love you, Kamala. That's where you need to go.